Yeah, I don't like shadow monsters, but
Well, once you find out you can punch the shit out of them, you're good.
yeah, that would be good. But I can't move when they're coming toward me. I'm frozen. I can't move. Here we go again. It's time for another beer-fueled comic book discussion on comic books and cold ones. This is the Beer Podcast with a comic book problem, and as usual, I am joined by my spooky co-host Spectre. How you doing, Yek?
That's for right, you Mr. Righteous Sister KMac, because that's what we're breaking down. Because you know what month it is?
Boogity Books Month. It's October.
Boogity Books and Beer-Tober, bitches. My favorite month of
Yep.
the year.
What did you say? Who did you say I was?
Sister KMac.
All right, Sister
Praying for
K-Mac.
all
I'll
our
take it.
souls.
I will take it.
K-Maxton. Praying for our souls. Because this is my favorite month because the weather starts to change, the beers start getting malty, and there's a hint of spoogity in the air. And there's also some boogity books that we get to read and break down for all our fans out there. And if this is your first time turning into our podcast, we love to hear from our fans out there. So please write us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at cbco_podcast, or check out our picks and to click on Instagram at comicbooks_cold ones. We love to hear from you. Love show ideas, love beer ideas, and love it when you review our podcast with those little starry things on wherever you download your podcast.
Yes.
And do we have a shout
Reviews
out
are
today?
important. We do have a shout out today. Every episode, we'd like to shout out to a download from a new area or a regular downloader. This shout out goes to Carlsbad, California.
That's right. It's
Coming
somewhere
in with the
between
download.
San Diego and LA, and we're going with Carlsbad because it's
Yeah.
Carlsbad Boogity.
Is that the location of Carlsbad Caverns?
No,
I
Carlsbad
didn't
Cavern
think
is
so.
in New Mexico, and I have been there.
Have
This
you
is the
been
only
there?
other time I've ever. I think this is one of the few times I've heard of Carlsbad, California, but it's on the sea, so it's got to be really nice. I don't know if there's any ghosts or your tales of fear that go on in Carlsbad, but I assume there are.
It's the Badlands of Carl.
It's bad. When Mr. Carl Bad did it, he got it done.
He sure did. He got it done. So how you doing?
I am doing solid. I have recovered from my past weekend of hitting another monster themed event, Snallygaster, here in DC, where I drank way too many high test beers in the range of 10 to 15% and really got myself enamored over 4 hours on Pennsylvania Avenue between the Capitol and the National Archives. And I did not attempt to steal the Declaration of Independence this time because I could barely walk out of the place. But lots of good beers from lots of good breweries from across the nation. If you check out the Instagram page or Twitter page, I hit up a lot of them that I liked. But yeah, lots of barrel aged beers that I love to try, as well as unique and one offs of saisons and other rare and unique stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I've just been doing family stuff, like house
Boo.
renovations. So not as fun as beer tasting for sure.
In a monster theme event, each of the stages is named after a monster, like each of the like areas where they serve the beer. So there's Leviathan, there is a Drogon, there is
Oh, sweet.
a Cyclops, Snallygaster, all the good stuff. So,
Cool.
which just leads us into eventually we will be discussing all these cryptid monsters on Comic Books and Cold Ones and cryptids.
Yes. Nice. Come. Yes. That is our sideshow coming soon to you. Maybe. Maybe. So this episode, we have to go over our beers first before we talk about what
Well,
we're
you were
talking
going to say
about,
you
right?
were attending something and you drank beer at it.
Oh, yes.
I
So
rudely interrupted you talking
you
about
did.
cryptids.
You are terrible.
It's because I don't give you shit about your baseball team.
About my life. Yeah, I went to the ALDS game too, baby. But the best thing about it is that
Between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and
Devil Rays,
the
yeah.
Boston Sox of Red.
Yes. Yeah. So the Rays got a tough draw, the tough first round team to play. So, what are you going to do? But Copper Point sells beer there. So I had another Copper Point beer while I was enjoying the game. And that made it worthwhile. It was a great first inning, grand slam first inning. So
You
let's hope to see
mitigated
that every
yourself
day.
through a loss, though.
I did. I had a free dive and it was all good.
Well,
So what are
that's
you
a good
drinking
way to
today?
do it. What?
What are you drinking today?
Oh, well, today, covering in the story, because we're going to be covering a story, a little thing called Gotham by Midnight, the first 1 through 5 issues of this fabulous tale that ran for 12 issues from January 15th onward. I am drinking something inspired by one of the characters today, and I also have a little story to go with it. But the beer I am drinking is a seasonal release from Bell's on their award-winning, it's considered maybe the best IPA in the country, Two
Oh,
Hearted.
really?
I am drinking double Two Hearted in honor of one of the characters we'll be discussing today in our little book here. And this beer comes in as a double IPA, double American IPA. It comes in a 6 pack, and it is coming in at a strong 11% alcohol.
Holy goodness.
Yes,
Wow.
with 2.5 times the amount of Centennial hops. Double Two Hearted has intense pine and citrus notes, a resinous hop aroma, and rich malted character. So when I was buying it at the local grocery store, they had it on the shelf next to regular Bell's products that was like non-seasonal, and then they had stickers below that said Bell's, $9.99, and they had a seasonal sticker that said seasonal $10.99, and then it's $9.99. I was like, wait a second, this is a 6 pack of double Two Hearted. That goes for at least like $20. They're selling it for $9.99. And I thought, so I was really like, I grab a 6 pack of this because it's gonna be perfect to record with. Of course, I got to the car and checked my receipt, and it said $18.99 after I bought it. But
They gotcha.
I should have stormed back in and been like, "Look at the picture; it says $9.99, and I've already taken out of the store. Give me back my $10."
Headline: Comic Books and Cold Ones host removed from grocery store.
Screaming about double Two Hearted, double a redundant man screaming. You've had Two Hearted before, haven't you?
I don't
The
think so.
IPA.
No.
No, it is largely considered maybe one of the best IPAs in America, top 5.
Okay.
And this one, I have already tried one, and it'll put you down, kid.
I
It'll put you
imagine. Yeah.
down, just like the judgment of God that comes out of one of our characters in his double Two Heart.
Nice. That's a good beer to go along with this show. So,
And what you got? What you got?
well, as you know, I'm a recent convert to IPAs. So coming into this show, I had 3 straight IPA
Straight
beers.
in a
3 straight.
row.
Yep.
Three
Now we're
P.
going. Yep. We had turkey, right? And now we're going for 4 straight. So my beer is from Rogue, which is pretty well known brewery.
Yes, out of Oregon.
Yes. And my beer is called Bat Squatch.
Ooh,
Yes. I thought you might have had this beer before, but I looked through all our show notes and I didn't see.
I have not had it. I have seen it on the shelf. And Rogue does have a lot of boogity beers
They
for
do.
Beer-Tober. They have
They
Dead
do.
Guy as which is probably their frontline main beer that they sell the
Yeah, Dead
most
Guy
of.
Ale. I've never
Yeah.
tried that. I've always wanted to try that one too.
It's a unique beer. It's not an IPA, but it's a straight up
Yeah.
ale. Comes in malty, really good, and it has the really cool topper at the bar that you see with the Dead Guy on it.
Yes, I like that a lot.
But they have lots of skulls, skeleton themed beer squatch. What kind of type? It's an IPA.
It is an IPA, yes. It is a
To,
hazy IPA.
to go back to our IPA stories at Sallygaster.
Mm-hmm.
At 2 of the places, they had a triple IPA for
Oh
tasting.
crap! Wow.
I was able to try one, and it's just pure malt, whatever. And I went to another place as the day was running long, and I went up, and they had 2 beers, and one was a triple IPA, and one was something else. And the triple IPA was out, and the guy goes, the brewer himself is, yeah, we're out of the triple IPA. You don't want any of that garbage. Trust me. like he agreed. They had brewed it purely to intrigue people to come to the tent and try it. He's like, that stuff's just nasty, man.
Oh jeez, that's funny.
Because you think a double IP at 11% is coming in. This was the triple was like 12%, 13%,
Wow.
just pure syrup.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit too much. A bit too
Right.
much. But I thought
Right,
since
Ragam.
we're doing a Gotham story, Bat beer was appropriate, and since this is kind of a crypto / X-Files type story, the Squatch was appropriate as well. But
Yeah.
and
The
go
mythical
ahead.
Backswatch of Gotham.
Yes, the Bat Squatch, 6.7 ABV, 54 bitters. Yes. So I'm looking forward to it.
That
All right.
sounds like a winner to me.
Yep. I'm ready when you're ready.
Oh, go on.
All right, crack them.
Crack 'em. Oh, I can smell it. Oh, pour out my glass.
I really like the can for
Yeah,
mine too.
they look pretty solid on
It's
the video
cool
here.
art design.
All right, look at the cascade on that.
Oh
Look how
goodness.
slowly and golden it goes up. Look how syrupy it is. All right, take a sip and let me know your first thoughts. Bat squash.
It's really good. Description says it's citrusy, and I agree, and tropical, and I agree with that too. So, not necessarily your October type beer, but I think the title does it. Brings it in for us. It's
What
really
kind of color is
tasty.
it coming in?
It's
Is it
coming in
yellow
yellow.
hazy?
It's hazy yellow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
classic.
yours is almost orange.
Yes. Well, Two Hearted itself is an orangey IPA,
Mhm.
like Bell's other famous beers, Oberon, which is a wheat ale that also comes in orangey.
Yeah, I
But
think I've
this
had
one,
that.
yeah, this one, Two Hearted also comes in high. This is less bittery tasting, more malty tasting, which I really like. But you still get the hoppy bitterness, even though it has the double the hops. It doesn't. It's not as strong as Two Hearted with the hops coming through. You can taste the alcohol though.
Oh yeah.
You can taste the 11% coming through. It's a pint of wine, kids. It's good.
Yes.
It makes me drink like the lead character in our story today, Detective Jim Corrigan, a two-fisted detective out of Gotham. But let's break down a little bit about the backstory of this tale. We're only doing issues 1 through 5, which ran starting in January 2015. The writer of this is Ray Fawkes, and the artist, and when I say artist, so he does all the art pretty much down to the line, is Ben Templesmith. You may know him for another horror book he did. What horror book was that, KMac?
He did 30 Days of Night.
Yes. And he channels he is an artist. I like his style a lot and it challenges the classic 80s styling of Bill Sinkwitz, who ends up doing the cover art for a number of these series after Temple Smith takes off after issue number 5. I don't know if you saw the head on that, but I thought it was really cool. But yeah, he doesn't do any
Yeah.
straight lines. If you're a person that likes comic booky art with straight lines and the classic Ditko or Kirby look, this is not
This
the
is
guy
not
for you.
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grainy and scratchy, but it's really good for this type of story.
Yes, it works awesomely. I think it is. It has that ode to a little Magnola Sinkowitz kind of mashup between the two of them. So I really like it for this, and it really does the eerie, moody night of Gotham by midnight. So we're just gonna kind of break down some of our highlights of the story, but tell you about the back cast of the characters. What's going on in this game, Mac? What do we know about Gotham by Midnight? This is in Gotham, so we know the Bats is about. But what are the characters we're following?
Well, so it's the characters who are in Precinct 13, which is a special Gotham City police unit put together by Commissioner Gordon himself, even though he doesn't appear in the first couple of issues, at least that we've read.
Technically, he's not. This is part of the New 52, so he is retired as of the start of this book, and they briefly allude to that he used to cover run flack for this division because it was a special put together case for him, and it is a detailed case task force.
Yes.
Which somebody asked, "What the fuck's that?" And they don't know. Nobody knows.
They don't know. Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. And so in Gotham City, Batman can't handle everything, right? So there are certain mystical, mysterious, horror type things that are handled by this detailed case task force.
all the things that go bump in the night, that's what they
Right.
cover. That is not a Batman villain per se.
Yeah.
And that's what they cover. Also dubbed the Midnight Shift by other Gotham PD people.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's so hard to keep track of like DC's, revamps and continuity jumps. So I don't know. This
They
is a good
redid the
story
New
though.
52 and then they got rid of it.
They got rid of it pretty fast.
Recently.
Yeah.
Recently. But I thought this was one of the successful kind of turns outs from it. Is like, hey, we've got a little detective named Jim Corrigan who leads up this, and who's Jim Corrigan's famous alter ego, who's his double two heart.
Well, he's also the Spectre.
Yeah, And so this is
Who
basically how
judges good and evil.
this is how they reboot the Spectre into the New 52, is to introduce him as the detective of Precinct 13, the headmaster of this. And of course, he is the two-fisted drinking judgment of God in his body at bay Spectre.
Now, was he the original Spectre?
Yes,
Okay. So like
he's the one, the classic one. So, and one of
it
the
was Hal Jordan for a little while, wasn't it, in the late '90s and
yeah,
stuff?
well, he takes over when he I can't remember the name of the character he becomes, but yeah,
Yeah,
takes over and melds all his powers. Yeah. But no, this is the original one, and there's a great DC animated short as part of the Shazam, Black Adam, Superman DC animated showcase that came out about 10 years ago, where they do a Spectre story set in the 70s style, like Sabotage, with
oh, cool.
like 70s, and yeah, Detective Jim Corrigan is investigating murder cases when the Spectre eventually does have to show up. But yeah, it's set like a Sabotage crime. It is amazing.
Oh, that's neat. And so
Yeah.
Corrigan was a police officer classically as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing. Okay, that's cool. And so this is a cool
And a
series then because they
ginger,
put him
so
in.
you could say that maybe the Spectre fills his soul too.
Yeah.
That's the reason the Spectre could inhabit him, because he got no soul as a redheaded stepchild.
Was he a police officer in Gotham
I
back then, or
believe
just
so. Yeah, if I remember right.
okay?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know a lot about the Spectre, so
Well, this is where you get to break it down, because you're starting out with all the other kids in the New 52.
heck yeah,
It's
brand new
like your
character.
first day of kindergarten for you. You A B C Spectre.
Spectre. There we go. It's so nice of DC to put out all these new books introducing all these new characters.
Reboot them.
Oh,
And his partner on Precinct 13 is a little person by the name of Detective Lisa Drake, who we break down her origin story later, but she is a goth looking chick with a goth looking 90s haircut, bob cut.
yeah.
And overseeing the precinct as the head boss in charge is Lieutenant Weaver. I don't remember them ever giving a name. He just got stuck with the job, as you say. And there are
He's
two
not very happy to
consultants.
be there.
Yeah, there are two consultants of the team. Dr. Szandor Tarr, who's a scientist and physician, and a sister Justine, who we find her origin story later also. Szandor Tarr, I found out from Googling, is a reference to a Edgar Allan Poe character from The System of Dr. Tarr and Professor Feather. And I've never read this short story, and I didn't
Oh,
even go back and check it out, but that's supposedly a
that's
reference they
interesting.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we kicked this series off by a guy from Internal Affairs coming down, a Sergeant Rook, not Sergeant Rock,
Yeah.
coming
Sergeant
down
Rook.
to figure out why they got all these funding going into this precinct in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. He's just a pawn of the man, Sergeant Rook.
my yeah, my favorite is, it's a little on the nose from Ray Fawkes to say, "Hey, we need to bring in a new guy. Why don't we call him Rook?" Where did we get that one? Where did we get that one? And throughout the 3 of the 5 books you read, you do see the bats come in and out. And he enters the case in the first episode, the books that we read. In episode 1, We Do Not Sleep is the name of it, where he has a bunch of files and he hands them to Corrigan to feel, and the Spectre chooses one on a missing kids that's his, and the Batman says, "That's yours. I got the rest."
Yeah. So Batman kind of gives them their leads, and
Yeah,
they take it from there. This is a
yeah,
cool concept because
and yeah,
Gotham has a lot going on, and there's a lot of stories to tell about that city.
and they make a reference as they don't get they never get any real leads. They just get cases, because
Yeah.
Sergeant Rook asks them, "Where the fuck do your cases come from?" He's like, "We just get them. they,
Yeah.
they just come to us."
Yeah. The point of entry character, Sergeant Rook, kind of introduces you to everyone in the precinct
Yeah,
and what's going on. And really, he doesn't get any good answers because there are no good answers about what they do.
and basically, like any, so I've seen a lot of cop movies. Nobody likes
Mhm.
IA because they're
Right.
always sticking the mud assholes. IA coming to mess everything up, and
Yep.
that's what he is. So they don't
Getting in
really
the
get a real
way, not letting you do your job.
They don't do anything real creative with him. He's just there to check the books and make sure everything's going the up and up. And why aren't the reports being filed? And yada yada yada.
Right.
I mean,
All these people have gone through the police academy too, I'm guessing.
well, yeah, they got Mahoney made sure they got through pretty easily, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know if any of them can do beatbox voices or anything. Or
Well, I don't
if
know how they made it through.
if Tackleberry taught them how to shoot guns or anything, but they made it through police academy at least through 1 through 3. I don't know if they made it through 4 Citizens on Patrol.
Yeah, or 6 City Under Siege.
Which was the one where they go to Moscow?
Oh, I don't remember, but
that's like after I think City Under Siege.
Ugh. Crazy.
What if we did a mashup, Gotham by Midnight, with the Police Academy team?
Oh man. Well, so Commandant Lassard was that their boss? Who was the one who was always trying
to?
Boss.
There's Lassard's the evil boss, always trying to cover. But there's the
so he would be Rook.
Police chief. What's his name? I can't think of it, but he's the old dude that's like absent.
The guy from Punky Brewster.
Yeah, but there is Uncle a chance Henry. That the voice box guy would come in helpful in issue 2 of this when they investigate where the stolen kids get taken.
Yes.
So the case they investigate is they go and they found out Gotham's rich families are getting their children stolen, and some of them are coming back and they're not speaking anything that's sensible in a language. And so
they're all messed up.
Yeah. So they come back speaking some funky language that nobody's know. They seem normal, but they're not. And Corrigan gets a tip to head to Slaughter Swamp out of a gut check feeling, and he goes there and he finds even more kids have been stolen, and they're being watched over by what?
Well, it's not the Legion of Doom, even though the Legion of Doom's headquarters is in Slaughter Swamp. It's not Solomon Grundy.
And it's not Solomon Grundy who came out.
Solomon Grundy would be perfect for this story. I mean, or at least for this, this book.
I haven't read. We got to read the rest of the issues at some time because I hope Solomon Grundy appears. But yeah, I was so pumped when I was reading this. It's like Solomon Grundy likes to take kids and educate them in unknown languages. Yeah. Solomon Grundy is a philologist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a giant
philologist.
Yes, that's what's happening to the kids. The kids are in a schoolhouse in the swamp, and they're being taught by this like gigantic demon that looks like a nun.
Indeed.
And
we find
she's pretty freaky.
As part of the backstory that interlaces over with comic number 2, We Will Not Rest, that Sister Justine was a young nun at a diocese, and it was being run by a demonic priest and demonic nun, superior, mother superior. And they start speaking the same language as the weird kids start speaking, and they start morphing into demons, and Corrigan comes in and tells the nun to turn her eyes and releases the power of the Spectre. And one of my favorite lines in the whole book, he tells the sister, better close your eyes, it's about to get biblical in here.
Yes.
and he blows up those demonic possessions. But sister Justine doesn't die because she's such a pure soul, they say. And that's one thing. The Spectre only punishes those who have sins on their souls. And so she does not get burned. So he remembers her to make her remember this team.
Yes. And you have to remember this happens.
Yes.
So it makes sense by the end of the story.
And remember, she's pure of soul.
Yes.
So it's pretty spooky that there's a schoolhouse in Slaughter Swamp, because I don't know how they get the buses in there.
That's true. I mean,
are they the hovercraft buses?
Gotham City can't afford hovercraft buses.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Have you seen that city? As
a new initiative by Mayor XXX.
Wayne Enterprises? Wayne Enterprises hover buses.
Or one of the other undisclosed evil corporations that tried to take over Wayne, that they didn't make hovercraft buses?
Well, it would make sense. I mean, maybe it's just the horticulture department out there.
This is nature school? Is what you're saying?
School. Yep. Nature school.
All right, guys, we're going to nature school in Slaughter Swamp. Don't touch the Grundy man.
Yeah, actually, they're in that school. They're learning a different language. as far as I can tell.
It is a guest speaker, the witch from the episode of Super Friends, who turns out to be another incarnation of Satan. So she come
That's
in
probably who that is.
to teach nature class, to help teach
Yeah,
some nature class.
yeah. She teaches second period after the
second
nun.
second period, creatures, monsters, and Satans of Slaughter Swamp. Uh, it's a tough course. It's a tough course.
It is. It is. But if you work at it and study hard, you're going to learn some new words.
Yes, such as the words we hear often being spoken are Ovovov, Iktit, Omador, Ikonodrid, and Drone.
Right. Say that real fast 5 times. Don't
Ovovo,
do it, but
Ikadid, Omador, Ikonor, Drone, Drone. Ovovo, Ikid, Omador, Ikonor, Drid, Drone. Ovovo, Ikadid, Odadir. I'm done.
now that's good podcasting right there.
if I had gone to the old witch's class in Slaughter Swamp, I could be able to say it really quickly.
Right. Right. Like those little kids, they can all say it pretty quickly.
But the Spectre, the Sergeant Rook goes along with the Spectre into the saying, and this is the first time Sergeant Rook sees anything that looks anything like this, and basically craps his pants.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And
And it's
the
pretty
Spectre is,
freaky.
yeah, the Corgan's able to hold the Spectre at bay because he wants to come out and punish the evil lady, but the instead he figures that she is a former um, teacher being inhabited, so he uses the sound of a school bell to let school out and destroy her with sound, which is where I would think the beatboxing guy from um, Police Academy
Police
would come in.
Academy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he could beatbox that ghost right out of there.
Yes.
Like any good beatboxer
Pause.
would be able to do. Yeah, they definitely should have put that Police Academy guy on this squad. He would have
Yeah.
come in like so clutch.
What was the guy's name, man, in Police Academy?
Oh, goodness. You're asking me to remember something from the 80s. That's too long ago.
It's Michael Leslie Lewis is the actor. It's the character he played on Police Academy. Come on,
Well, I can look it
Police
up.
Academy. Larvell Jones. Larvell
How many
Jones.
how many police academies did they make?
Uh, Not enough because they didn't make a Gotham by Midnight Police Academy. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
you're right about that. What's his name again?
Michael Leslie, Leslie Lewis. Michael
He was
Leslie.
my favorite character.
Oh, well, as a kid, he makes all the noises for fuck's sake, man. Michael Winslow, sorry, Michael
Yeah.
Leslie Winslow is the actor's name.
Yeah,
The man of 10,000 sound effects.
that's a good nickname.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know if he had a different nickname.
he should have played Sergeant Rook in the Gotham by Midnight movies. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They can rely on that to say, that'll be a retcon in there, but he makes the schoolbell noise to knock out the demonic nun in Slaughter Swamp.
I think he was just the beatbox guy. He didn't have a different nickname. I'm not seeing anything on IMDb. Boo. Everyone else had a nickname.
We should invite him on the show sometime. Stories of Police Academy. We'll have to come up with a C name for it. But
yeah, well, there has to be. Well, maybe there's not. Like, there might not be a podcast devoted to Police Academy. We could be the first.
that could be our side gig.
Yes.
You know what rakes
So
in the cash, kids?
if you want to hear a podcast devoted to Police Academy, we would be happy to take one for all of you guys and watch those movies again.
We will watch all the Police Academies and rate them and tell you the highs and lows of the Police Academies.
Yes.
And attempt to get celebrity guests on Police Academies. Because the guy that takes over for Steve Gutenberg, he does commercials for like car insurance now.
There is a podcast called Police Academy Podcast. Oh, it's just about regular police, though. What the heck? Why would you do that?
What's the point? No one cares about real cops.
I know.
Look, I've never heard anyone say defund the police academy movies. Maybe Hollywood executives. maybe they said that.
At least according to Spotify, there is no podcast for the Police Academy movies. Coming soon, everyone.
Police academy movies.
Yes.
we will get an anti-protest defund the police academy podcast.
Yes.
But
If you're interested, let us know.
they wipe out the evil nun, and throughout this whole thing, they see black flowers all over the place, and insignias, and growing in Slaughter Swamp, and they call them the black flowers of Slaughter Swamp throughout these comics. And they keep popping up everywhere. They don't go anywhere in this, but they're just mentioned often, and it may be something hinted for more stories after the one we read. But I just want to point out when we get to more of them. So that goes through comic 2. Comic 3, we become what we fight, and this is where we get the backstory of Detective Drake, Jim Corrigan's partner. So
it's interesting that the partner is named Drake, because I think at this point, well, maybe not. It's the New 52, so I don't know. But Batman's partner is also a Drake. At least there was at one point a Tim Drake Robin.
That is correct. It is Timothy Drake. What is Timothy Drake's most signature characteristics of the Robin? Of the 4 Robins, what is his most unique characteristic? What is the thing he is best at?
He's the best detective.
Correct.
Yes, he figured out Bruce Wayne was Batman without any help.
Yes.
Which,
so maybe
I mean,
Lisa
doesn't
Drake's
seem that hard.
His sister, because she made detective at a young age. That
Yeah,
can't
maybe.
be easy.
No,
She didn't even go to police academy.
Hey, if Joseph Gordon-Levitt can figure out he's Batman, maybe he has a sister that can do that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Right. So this beer has got me through 2 issues. It is potent enough to get me to talk on Police Academy. I really like it. What about you?
Well, that's a strong beer. Yeah, I'm really so happy that we did the podcast where I had to alternate Coors Light with IPAs, because I love IPAs now. They're so good, and I couldn't drink them before. But it's wow, it's a joy. I'm so happy.
You've got a system down now.
Yeah, I know how to learn to like new things. Tear them with a terrible beer.
you water them down like with the ooze and muck of Slaughter Swamp, but with the mountains.
Yeah, it's like I don't like mowing the lawn. Have an IPA. Oh, all right, okay. I like IPAs now.
I did try. I think did I do that in the last podcast? That I tried a beer that was a German translation for lawnmower beer.
No.
So yeah, when I was back in Chicago, one of the beers they had was in German. I can't remember the name of it, but it translated to lawnmower beer. So it's a beer for mowing your lawn with.
Nice. I had a lawnmower beer too last year, but it was a lawnmower lager. It was good.
We got to
explore
more of that when we're doing things like this. Just like when we're working here on the podcast talking about comic books for Boogity Books and Beer-Tober. And I will say I was spoogity and I didn't sleep too well after reading the issue number 2, because it had lots of demonic Catholic people doing none of your business stuff, which always scares the shit out of me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I will have to remember that.
So I have not done. I tried to do it last year, more nun movies, but I didn't do all the nun movies that I could. I got to do that.
Oh.
That's one of my themes. I got to do when I'm watching horror movies for a month.
Yeah, there are a lot more of those now. They put out some more of those last year, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they've gone on a streak of them. So,
well, nuns are scary.
I had to develop a new category called none of your business in my ratings.
None of your business.
So that brings us to
penguins can be very scary.
Yes,
just stop there.
The penguins. Speaking of penguins, we're back in Gotham. So they end up going to a hospital because they get a tip from a doctor. They have an infected girl who's speaking the funky language also. And they have her in an isolation ward. Why do they have her in a super containment tube, sealed up room? outbreak
They,
room.
well, her symptoms match symptoms of smallpox, so they think she has smallpox.
Yeah, they test her, and she has a case of smallpox that they've never seen before. That's impossible that no one can have it because everybody's been vaccinated, but they're worried it may recreate a plague back in all of Gotham. And throughout this story, all of a sudden, some shadow monster pops out of her.
Ooh, shadow monsters. They're scary.
That was scary as shit.
Have you ever seen a shadow monster?
No.
No? Really? You haven't?
All right, I may have seen one and it became morphed and I couldn't kick it out of bed.
Well, yes. So I have been known to morph into a shadow monster from time to time, but you've never really seen a shadow person?
I've seen one before and I tried to kick the shit out of him.
No, but besides
He
that,
told
have
me
you
to
ever
stop
seen?
doing it, and I was like, "What? Shadow monsters can't talk." So just for we KMac and I have traveled around and had to share a bed in Airbnbs before, and one night he became a shadow monster for some reason in the bed that we happened to be sharing for some reason. I don't know why he morphed into shadow monster, and I kicked the ever loving shit out of him and almost knocked him out of bed until he said, "Cool it, man."
You just outed us in front of everyone.
Well, I don't mind sleeping in a bed with a shadow monster.
That's true. They're gentle.
Little
Oh.
known fact is I wasn't kicking the shadow monster. I was kicking KMac. I was like, God damn it, why is KMac in my bed? That's the real outing.
Where did that shadow monster go?
That's the real outing.
Uh, Yeah, no, shadow monsters are freaky though. Like you've
Yeah.
never woken up and not been able to move and seen a shadow figure coming towards you.
No.
Oh, all
That
right.
sounds
Well, good.
terrifying.
Well, good for you. We'll talk about that on our comic books, cold ones, and cryptids podcast one day.
That sounds frightening as fuck. Did it look
It
anything like the
is.
shadow monster in this comic?
Um, well, maybe a little bit. Yeah. It didn't have like fangs or anything or a mouth. It just looks like like an all black figure moving towards you.
Mhm. So before when they arrive at the
Good night,
other
everybody.
yeah, other great lines from these books. This is my favorite line of it. When they arrive at the hospital, Sergeant Detective Drake asks, "Why are we here?" to Corrigan, and Corrigan goes, "Gosh, Drake, if I knew you were going to ask the big questions, I would have brought my pocket Augustine with me,"
Oh yes, yes.
which is the best snap ever.
Oh
Because
yeah, that was.
Corrigan's just an asshole.
Oh yeah, he use that twice, or did I just happen to read that twice?
No, he used that once. And the previous thing is we learned that and it's at the end of this one, right? Yeah, we learned at the end of this one that each of the monsters has a name.
Yeah.
They put them on the chalkboard.
So
Put it
for
on the
everyone out there,
board.
explain what a pocket Augustine is.
What? Well, it's just Augustine would be Saint Augustine, who
Saint
wrote City
Augustine.
of God, famous theological scholar who investigated the purpose and meaning of life through religious scholarship. And Pocket Augustine is considered like a thing of like people would carry a small book of it because it's scholarly learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Yes, educated podcast.
Yes.
It's a wicked snap.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I just knew about Saint Augustine and
Yeah.
you know.
But I think it was at the end. No, at the end of the previous one, they found out each of the monsters has a name because they're the names Sister Justine heard, and the names are Ovovov, Icket, Amador, Ikadodrid, and Drone. Yeah, we talked about that because we did more time pass.
Mhm.
And Corrigan goes, "Something's bad's coming. Something who's got 5 names or 5 bodies or both."
Yeah, like five-headed something.
Yeah. And so they go to battle with the shadow monster who's just laying out people and giving them smallpox. He gives it to the doctor who brought him in. And Szandor Tarr's on the phone with him and says, "Hold up, I think I know we've broken the language." So he gets there and he learns that the previous monster, the nun, was known as Ovovov, and this one is Icket, the crazy shadow monster who is also giving people super smallpox. So the previous monster stole kids and took away their language. And this one gives smallpox and
Yeah.
has a name we
And
can't
they
pronounce.
try to and they try to communicate with it, and really they're just repeating names and stuff, and it's kind of hilarious in a way because they don't know what they're saying, and things like, what the hell are you talking about? But they're just repeating the names of the other demons that they've learned.
Hilarious in a boogity way.
Yeah. Like, as funny as it can be when you're talking to a demon that wants to kill everyone.
But as this, we learn the overlay story that Detective Drake used to work Vice and saved Corrigan from being shot up by a bunch of gangsters who were dealing a drug called skull dust that was the ground up bone of the Shida, which are a type of fairy. And we found out she's able to level people with a screeching scream.
Yeah. So she's like Banshee from the X-Men or Siren from X-Force.
And we later learn in 2 issues later that she is actually a banshee, a fairy creature. And when she wails, that means someone's gonna die.
Heck yeah.
You Irish folksy people out there, boogity beer on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. We
But
got a
she's
lot of weird
able to
stuff.
stop the shadow monster by burning it at the root away from the kid, like flash frying the shadow, basically. And then we roll into issue number 4. We fight what we become, and we finally get to do something that I've been pumped up that Corey been talking since issue 1 that he wanted to take Sergeant Rook for a beer,
Yeah.
something to drink.
So we got our comic books and cold ones scene in this next issue.
They go to a bar.
Yep.
And
Hooray.
Corrigan drinks a shitload.
He does. He does. And Internal Affairs does not like that.
Journal Affairs is like, I agreed to have one. You're 8 past one or something to that
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, like you're 7 in.
And he keeps ordering more. Because what else would you do when you had the demon, the spirit of vengeance in you? You can drink anything you want.
Right. Right. And there's a lot of guilt associated with what he has to do as well.
And you got no
Which,
soul because you're a ginger. So you got to fill it up with something.
yeah. Yeah. Empty soul. There's plenty of room for liquor and beer.
That's pretty much whiskey. But while they're at the bar, a demon creature comes out of Sergeant Rook and other
Yeah, it
people in
just
the
comes out of
bar.
his head.
Yeah, and other things. And another
Yeah.
best quote by Jim Corrigan in this is, "Oh hell, what does the whiskey say?" Because it's the booze that's coming out of him that's talking,
Oh,
which is the
jeez.
most frightening thing in this whole thing.
Yeah, I
So we find
mean,
out this monster is Omador, who infects people through booze.
yeah, Corrigan's pretty hilarious. Is that
But
like that grizzled old cop that's really not in the mood for anything, but is just hilarious because I don't know, just because I don't know if he doesn't care, but he just has a funny way. Yeah. Oh hell, what is that? Whiskey. You better not be killing him.
yeah. He's upset at the whiskey. This is the most frightening monster ever, though, for us. A monster
Yeah.
that infects you through booze. Because they've done it in the movie, the horror movies, food, sex. There's never been a movie monster that infects you through alcohol.
No, but that's a great story.
That's fucking frightening.
That's why it's a great story. You
like,
gotta
like,
scare people.
like, will you just be comic books podcast? That'd be a terrible podcast.
What? Yeah, true. Well, I mean, it depends on what people want to say. It doesn't
I
mean we
mean,
couldn't. It doesn't mean we couldn't drink.
we're a beer podcast first.
Correct. I said that at the beginning. Remember?
Yes.
I tried to say it twice.
I'm 11% in. So yes.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. And
But
everyone, he's 11% in. It's a Tuesday night.
yeah. So
So,
monsters start coming
give
out
it
of
up for
everybody.
him.
Monsters started coming out of everybody, including winos across town that are
Damn
Detective Drake
whiskey.
and Tar are investigating. And so then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a giant other monster rises up out of the bay once the Spectre gets kicked off because he can't stop all the alcohol monsters. So Corrigan can't hold back the Spectre anymore and How big does the Spectre get?
Spectre is like as big as Apache Chief.
He goes kaiju size.
Yeah, he's huge. He's huge. Now, is this monster the combination of all the other monsters, or is it a separate
No, this is
monster?
the new monster that it comes out, and we find out this is Ecodrid. So we've
Oh,
seen Ovovov, Ikit, Omidor, and Ecodrid now. And Ecodrid is the corpse. And this is when we
gotcha.
get Szandor Tarr figure it all out. That what are the clues that we have? Kids
Well, we have,
disappearing, coming
yep,
back, not being able to speak language,
and
smallpox killing people,
we have the
alcohol,
swamp.
alcohol infecting people, and then just an evil swamp desiccating. So what do we find out, KMac?
But we find out that the original inhabitants of the land where Gotham City is now, the indigenous people, were like violently displaced and murdered by the original settlers of Gotham City,
Dun
or like
dun
the people
dun.
who came and established Gotham City.
So what we find out is these are the wicked evil spirits
Hmm.
of the genocided people, the psychic remnants,
Yeah, who
dun
want their
dun, the
vengeance.
spirits that are seeking their own vengeance
And
on Gotham.
we did also learn that Sergeant Rook said his family was in the original settlers of Gotham City
Yes.
too. Didn't he say that?
And you also find out Sergeant Rook is Jewish. Or at least he wears a Star of David.
Yeah, it's true.
And when they break open his thing to try to save him from to restart his heart. And this is also the time, yeah, this is at the end when it closes. So you get the big swamp monster, Icodrid, which is like a supersized, sludgy looking thing that looks like a combination of Man Thing and Swamp Thing coming at
Yeah.
coming
And
at the Spectre, kaiju
what's that
style.
Superman villain that can absorb all the radiation? What's his name?
The Parasite,
Yeah, he looks a little bit like the Parasite as well,
but not nuclear
except he's black.
purple. Yeah, he's black.
Yeah.
And so that ends issue 4. We fight what we become, and then we kick off finally issue 5, the Judgment of Gotham. And this is where it opens up with Batman swooping in because he's gotten beat on it that, oh no, Spectre's come out, bad shit's about to happen.
Mhm.
Tar figures out that the Spectre is coming out of Corrigan, and that he's Judgment, and the fact that the things that have come out of the swamp are actually seeking judgment also for the wrongs that against them. That, oh shit, maybe the Spectre is going to judge the people of Gotham instead.
Right. And Batman does come out in the Batwing, by the way.
Yes, big appearance by the Batwing
Yeah.
in a Boogity
Hell yeah.
book. In a Boogity book.
Yeah, and they do in the first page or the first full panel. He does the Batwing kind of does that silhouette on the moon, like in the '89 Keaton movie.
And what I like about this is that, yeah, this is another one where the third issue where Batman is in the background doing things, and he gets only like a panel or two at most actually
Yeah.
saying anything. Like this is out of his realm. So, and that, like, yeah, he's just, the scenery in Gotham like he should be. Like Batman's always present in Gotham anytime bad's going on, but this is something boogity that he can't handle. Boogity Batman can't handle it.
Yeah. Batman
Spoogity.
makes the best face when he realizes he can't do anything.
He drops a bunch of bombs to try to blow up the swamp monster, and it doesn't do any good.
Yeah,
And
and
so,
so the go ahead.
go ahead. No, you.
Sorry, go. The swamp monster tries to essentially convince the Spectre that he needs to judge the citizens of Gotham City for what happened to the indigenous people that lived there first, um, instead of judging, I guess, Echondrid or the other spirits.
Yeah, and
And
this is where we
that
find out
make a
that,
good point.
and yet Tar realizes that the Spectre's going to pass judgment, and so does finally Lieutenant Weaver, who secretly knew that Corrigan housed the Spectre, but didn't want to really believe it, and so he runs to the bar to shoot up the husk that is the Spectre. And throughout the whole thing, you get dialogue from Jim Corrigan, he's like, I can't ever control the Spectre. I'm just his resident inhabitant. And I wasn't chosen for this as much as it was put upon me because he's like, the whole time the Spectre talks trash on me. And I know what he thinks about him. So that's the reason he drinks so much. Is that he's got the eternal judgment of God talking trash. you think you have it bad with your grandmother, your mom talking trash on you with your kids and things.
Yeah.
Imagine having the eternal vengeance of God in your body the whole day, talking shit on you.
Right. Like, hey, time to wake up, lazy ass.
you you fucking suck.
That's what you're wearing today? Oh, have another whiskey.
You think Moses would have split the seas from Moses? if he did put that on, no way. you, you think no one have built a boat not getting up before 9 a.m., you jackass?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's some tough shit.
You're one step above Adam, and at least he got laid.
Haha. Oh. Oh, no.
That's got to be a stinger on
Yeah.
Corrigan when the Spectre says that one. Ouch. Sick burn, Spectre, sick
Yeah.
burn.
So it seems like the Spectre is being talked into judging the people of Gotham City. But as we alluded to before, Sister Justine, who seems to be pure,
before that
there's
happens,
something that happens before that.
yeah. A
What
little
happens
lady
before
by
that?
the name of Detective Drake screeches at the
Oh yeah,
bar to take out the Almador, the alcohol monster.
right. And whenever she screeches, what does that mean?
Someone was going to die. The death
Someone's
wails
gonna die.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Boogity, kids. Drink. Every time a banshee wails, take a belt of your beer.
Or something like that. Yeah. So as they alluded to before, Sister Justine is pure. She has pure heart, no sin. So she offers to the Spectre to take her, but spare the city. And I didn't notice this the first time I was reading it, but in the background, the Batwing crashes right behind her.
The best
And
part of the whole thing is
yeah, and
while this is like all hell's breaking loose, the sister gets on her thing to offer her soul in exchange for the sins of Gotham. The Batwing crashes and screeches behind her, and Batman kind of stumbles out dumbfounded.
yeah, just kind of hops out.
Yes, it's like what the fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's that's the best part of this is like like I said, the bat's just the scenery in Gotham, and like this is the best. I think this is the best example maybe of all comics of that, of like just Batman being a part of Gotham. He's crashing the Batwing
Yeah,
in the middle of a
he's part of the
hellscape.
background. Occasionally comes up to the foreground, but usually just fades back into
Yeah,
the shadows because it's drawn in shadow here as well.
yeah. And
Yeah,
it's the hellscape going on. He crashed the Batwing, and no one gives a shit. They're like,
right.
oh,
It's
no.
everyone just like, oh yeah, another Batman crash.
Fucking Batwings, always
Yeah,
crashing.
yeah. So the Spectre accepts. So and Sister Justine sacrifices herself so the citizens of Gotham can remain.
She gives her life for the sins of the Gothamites, and Eco Drid accepts this regrettingly and walks away into a
Yeah,
swamp and disappears.
yeah. So it seems they left a few loose ends there because what maybe there's some more stories to tell with Sister Justine and Ikendrid and then Drone, the other one who never really made an
The
appearance,
one we
right?
never see, and
Yeah.
this goes back to issue number 2 when they write the names on the board. They only write 4,
Mhm.
but Drake holds up a picture of one of the black flowers, and it's like foreshadowing next to the word drone. Like maybe drone is the black flowers that we never get an answer for what's going on in these. We never get told what that is. The black flowers slaughter swamp. But that's that when I reread it just to make sure. I was like, did that just happen? Yeah. So we never hear drone because I kept reading. I was like, where's drone? Where's drone? Names on
Yeah.
the board. We know it's one of the 5 monsters or the 5 spirits or whatever. But Ecodrid does kind of slump off like, fuck it. Oh, one nun soul is good enough for me, I guess.
And then Batman does make one last
Yeah.
appearance in this to ask Corrigan to explain to him what the heck just happened.
Corrigan's like, yeah, something that the Spectre explained doesn't make a lot of sense to me either.
Yeah, and so it's nice how Batman does keep keep tabs on the Spectre,
Yeah.
but there's really nothing Batman can do.
And I did read one issue after that, and where everybody gets upset finding out he's Spectre. It's like, you're carrying a fucking atom bomb in your body, and you didn't let us know. And
Yeah, at
he's
at
basically
the
like,
funeral.
yeah, basically, he's like, I drink a lot. What do you
We
want me
got
to
another
do?
case. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed that but the artist changes for the next series
Yeah.
as well, so it's not as gritty. It doesn't quite
And
have
then
the
this
same
first
feel.
5 issues, I think, is really a solid lead. I know it didn't go on past the 12, and I don't know if it was intended to go past the 12. I assume it was, or maybe just because that's when the New 52 ended or something, that they're like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
we're,
I think
we're on to the new 52.
yeah, like with most books, if it doesn't sell, they just end it.
But I assume it maybe was something. But it solid art, like a popular artist, and this Fox guy wrote a pretty good story. I thought,
Yeah, it's
like
a
it
very
was
unique
unique,
story.
and it outlines the sins of Gotham, which there have been many on the founding of Gotham. I found out at least 2 more I know of.
Oh wow,
Would you like to delve in more to the sins of Gotham
we can
on
do
the
that.
founding
Yeah,
of Gotham? The
yeah.
sins of the founding of Gotham.
I don't know anything about them. Well, I know. Did anything come up in Court of the Owls about the sins of Gotham?
So that's the one I didn't read up on, and I know there's probably something in there
Hmm.
also on that. These are two that I just stumbled on, in the past few months.
Have you ever read Court of Owls though?
No, I have not read it yet. I
Oh,
need to
it's
read it.
good. It's good.
Yeah,
We should read that sometime.
that's the other one I needed to read before this, because I knew there were some sins of the founding of Gotham in there, and I haven't read the second one of these sins. I've only read the first couple books, but I know there's sins in there.
I've read um I've read Batman Curse of the White Knight. I see
Oh, you
that's
did
on
read
your
it all?
list
Okay,
too.
so
Yeah.
that's one of the sins. Is so you can break it down first, but the Wayne stole Gotham from Lord Lafayette Arkham.
Oh wait, I didn't read Curse of the White Knight. I just read
No, no,
Batman
this is the
White Knight.
follow up to the White
Yeah,
Knight.
I didn't read the
I
follow up.
read the
No.
White Knight, and then this is the
Yeah.
follow up. I actually started reading this before I read the new about the White Knight, so I went back and read the White Knight first, and then
Okay.
read
Yeah, I
this.
haven't read Curse though.
Yeah. But we
Interesting.
find
Tell us
out,
about it.
yeah, in the first book, it kind of opens up in the 1600s with the founding Gotham, and uh, Bruce Wayne's great whatever father killing Lord Lafayette Gotham, who looks like a vampire,
Heck yeah.
at Mansion Arkham, which eventually becomes Fort
Ooh.
Arkham, which eventually becomes Arkham Asylum, and it ends with the great grandson of Lord Lafayette Arkham getting a sword of fire and becoming Azrael from the Joker, Jean Paul Valet.
Ooh.
But
Cool.
in the little interlude, you find out, as Lord Arkham's dying, he says Gotham Valley is cursed with demons. The hills run wild with the sound of screeching weasels.
Oh.
They infest the rivers with otters of rafts of demons. And so,
Huh. That doesn't sound fun.
but we do find out, yeah, the best part though is Wayne kills him. That Lafayette, they call him Laffy Arkham, which is an interesting thing for the 1600s, that they had that kind of deadpan.
Yeah.
But it seems to indicate that the Waynes and other Gothamites stole something from Lafayette Arkham, maybe the
Right.
valley.
Yeah, it does seem that way. That's a good point. I like the artwork in that. I like that Sean Murphy does the writing and the art.
Yeah. So more sins of people taking things away from them, Gotham. So everybody's taking Gotham away from somebody else, which goes back to our other sin. And this is something I stumbled on just reading my 70s Batman. In the Brave and Bold number 89, starring Batman and the Phantom Stranger,
Hmm.
Arise Ye Ghost of Gotham. These these old timey folks start coming back to Gotham, the Hellerites, who
Oh.
who suspiciously have the mannerisms of Mormons,
Oh. Interesting.
come back and just start taking back property in the park and stuff like that, and explaining that, yeah, they were run out of Gotham, illegally, to take over parts of Gotham from the rich families. And it's this whole wonkadoodle with the ghosts. Like, there's a con man who pretends to be the old guy, come back from the dead to take back the land, and then the actual spirit of the Joseph Hellerite, or Joseph something,
Josiah Heller.
yeah, Josiah Heller, which seems a lot like Brigham Young or
Mhm.
Joseph Smith
Yeah,
in the
sounds
70s.
like that.
Yeah, they coming back from the grave to take it over. But once again, they were slaughtered and ran out of Gotham
Heck yeah,
because I guess
Batman.
because I guess Gotham is in like say whatever the part of Illinois or Missouri that the Mormons were run out of also. But lots of people like to slaughter people over Gotham, it seems. And
Yeah,
demon
this
curses.
must be a great piece of land. Goodness,
I mean, there's a fucking slaughter swamp, man.
there is. It's right across the river from Metropolis too.
You got right there. It's in the same bay.
I know.
Like, fuck that Metropolis land. I want some slaughter swamp oceanfront property.
Heck yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Demons, religious zealots. Everyone wants a piece of
people,
Gotham.
people just getting driven out and coming back, trying to take it back over. That's the best part. Also, is vengeance plays a part often in Gotham because that's basically Batman's whole ethos, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's the original owner also of Crime Alley. Yeah, who originally owned Crime Alley? Indigenous people? Do you think they settled in Crime Alley? The Hellerites? John, the Lord Lafayette Arkham? Did he have Crime Alley? Are you looking at your online GIS mock-up map of Crime Alley to see?
Yes. I'm going to Google Maps for Gotham City Crime Alley.
Who originally owned that?
Let's see. There's there and on the Batman fandom wiki there is history of Crime Alley. Originally a ghetto street in downtown Gotham, Park gained its glory after 30 years. The glamour of its heyday was changed to poverty, and the street was commonly referred to as Crime Alley. Well, that doesn't help.
Was it Crime Alley? Climmeride before became Crime Alley?
Crime.
Was it
Hmm,
Ichornoid Ovovo Valley?
that's what it was.
My
It
favorite
was
part of the demon language of the indigenous people is that O means I, and I was able to figure that out. And also, Ada Gotham means what do you think Gotham is? So Ada means a lot. So Gotham means Gotham, and Ada in that language is what do you think the is? All that goes with Ada, EDA.
Crime Alley also has a Facebook page
Oh yeah,
where
you gotta
someone just
advertise
gets
new openings of business and things like that, and annual events. Like remember when the Waynes were shot here?
it
13th annual celebration of the Waynes getting shot.
pretty much all it has is pictures of Batman.
Well, I assume so.
Yeah.
So,
Crime Alley trying to cash in.
at any point in this Boogity book series, were you spoogity?
No, not really.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got
But I
spoogity
liked
by the
it.
nun.
Hmm.
In some of the artwork, I don't sleep so easy. Even though I pretend to be tough, but when I'm drinking beer and I go to bed, sometimes the spoogity gets to me.
The ghost with the smallpox, the demon with the smallpox, kind of freaky, I thought. And
Shadow
then,
monsters, you're free of
yeah,
shadow monsters.
yeah, I don't like shadow monsters, but reading about shadow monsters is not bad when you've experienced the real thing. So,
Well, once you find out you can punch the shit out of them, you're good.
yeah, that would be good, but I can't move when they're coming toward me. I'm frozen. I can't move. What are you gonna do, right? You can't punch.
you're
You can't
you're
punch.
heavily affected by shadow monsters, so I know that's your
I
weakness.
am now. I'm worried that I'm gonna see one tonight. It's been a few years.
Well, because you dark spoogity and drink beers.
I know. I know. I'm inviting them into my world tonight. Huh.
Well, I would say this of the spoogity things, the two series last year we read, they weren't scary. This is probably the closest thing to a scary book we'd read.
Oh, I agree. The we had the Rutland Halloween Parade,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun, and then we read the Sherlock Holmes versus zombies, which was well the steampunk Sherlock Holmes versus zombie story, which was spectacular. Not
Yes.
scary, but just super awesomely spectacular.
Yes.
Love that story. So this is definitely more toward the horror end
Yes.
of genre.
And eventually we do have to read some of those 70s or 80, the 70s classic horror comics that are actually
Mhm.
kind of scary, like the creep
We have to read some
shows.
indie comics,
Yeah,
indie horror comics
yeah,
too. Like I started back again on Something is Killing the Children.
yes.
That's a good one.
Are you
That's a
scared of
really
it?
good one. No,
Okay.
no, it's not a shadow monster.
Okay. Okay.
It's out. I think it's through Boom Studios, but which is the publisher.
On a scale of 1 through 5 monsters
Hmm.
that we read about Ovo, Ikit, Omador, Ikadrid, and Drone, how do you rate your beer, KMac? Bat
Ooh,
Squatch by Rogale.
well, Bat Squatch. Let me see. I would rate. Which was my scariest monster? I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go with Ict, the creepy effing shadow monster, because like we I know we've talked about this a lot, but that's my thing. That's creepy. But if I had a bat squatch beer with me, I'd feel safe and protected by this beer and by its citrus and tropical flavors, which can be used as a weapon or a shield against any shadow monster. Which is why also if you're hunting cryptids, take some bat squatch with you for sure.
Little known fact, citrus and hops, disinfectants. You
Correct.
know, the monsters and infestations can't take those bright flavors
Right.
and dry atmosphere. They like damp, dark, and nasty, right? And so citrus, lots of vitamin C. Hops, lots of dry out.
Right. And so you can try this out at home. You can take your citrus tropical IPA and pour it on your shadow and your shadow will disappear.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, science.
Science. Completely. If you want to feel like a vampire for one day, pour a tropical IPA
Yes.
on
On your
your
shadow.
shadow.
Correct.
Instant vampire feel.
So how would you rate yours on the
Oh, you
scale
know
of
where
these
I'm going
demons?
with this one, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
I'm going Ovovov
Mhm.
because it's 11% and all my language abilities are removed from after drinking 11% beer. A 12 a pint of wine is going to remove your ability to talk. It'll take you away and scrub your mouth out like the indigenous people got done illegally, unlawfully, and make you dumbfounded.
You're going to have to go to a school in Slaughter Swamp to relearn your language.
I'm gonna have to study with that damn witch, and hopefully she'll teach me how to command the dead, like the Legion of Doom got to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably semester 2. First, you
Maybe
got to learn the language before you can command the
command
dead,
the dead.
right?
Yes.
I mean, step 1, step 2.
Well, yeah, it's like getting learner's permit, right?
It is.
you, you got to know what the blinker is. You got to know all the language. You got to take the little test before you actually get in the car.
Yeah. First, drink 11% beer. Second, go to Schoolhouse and Swamp. Learn to talk again. Third, learn to raise the dead. Like it follows the perfect trajectory.
Okay, before we sign out here, anything you're reading want to tell people to do in this Boogity month?
Yeah, well, so I said before, I'm reading Something is Killing the Children, which I'm pretty far behind. I think I'm only on like issue 14 and it's been out for a while now, but I think it's a lot of fun. Pretty cool read. Maybe next year, if I can get Yek to read some books that are not Marvel or DC based, we can talk about that. Maybe.
It's
But
incredibly complicated because I got to actually like figure out how to do
I think I can help you figure out how to do it. Or maybe you'll get a Christmas present.
that.
Maybe if you're good.
If I keep my studies up in Slaughter Swamp,
Yeah,
I may get a Christmas present.
you just might. You just might.
Even Solomon Grundy gets a present. I did watch the first. That's what I've done. I did watch on HBO Max the first of the Long Halloween. I haven't watched the second one. But they do have the scene where Batman brings Solomon Grundy Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah, they took. That's good that they used that. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. It shows up. It's really well done for the first one, and it ends with Christmas of the Joker trying to gas everybody at Christmas.
Ah yeah, good times, good
Yeah,
Christmases.
but it's really well done. And as KMac knows, I now have a giant TV I can watch all the cool things on. So I was saving the second half for that. So
Yeah.
that'll be something you'll hear about in our second episode of Boogity Books and Beer-Tober bitches. when we cover another horrifying series and drink some more spoogity beers.
Ooh, give him a hint.
Well, I don't want to do that yet, just to make sure you're able to catch up with all your fucking reading.
Well, that's true too. Um, yeah, but so this one will come out. The next one will come out before Halloween. We're gonna
We're
I
on pace.
I guarantee it here today. We'll see, but yeah,
And if you haven't, go back and listen to last year's Boogity Books and Beer-Tober Bitches, because they age, they don't age. They're zombies.
yeah.
They're living forever. They're vampires. They're undead. Worth listening to
I'm curious as to
and
why
following
like Havoc is sleeping on a couch and Batman is standing behind him.
up.
You check out our Rutland, Vermont Halloween episode as well. It's
where
good stuff. Yeah, but these
where we
episodes, like you
break
said,
down the Yek reading order of the Rutland, Vermont Parade series of comics. The first time it's ever been broken down on how to read that.
yes,
I
ever.
we are it. We have the definitive order on reading.
This was a groundbreaking episode. I have to agree.
Yes.
But like you said, the episodes don't age because they're about stories that are done and are not being told anymore. But really, I didn't know about the Rutland Halloween one until right before we read it. So I imagine that it's not widely known.
No, and it's I can't speak because I drink a lemon.
Yeah, it's good. We'll just say it's good.
It's good.
All right. So we've gone a little over an hour. I think we're gonna start
So
signing
I'm just
off.
going to read you out with my.
You
Please
want me
write
to
us
do
at
that?
cbcopodcast@gmail.com.
Wow.
Hit us up at Twitter at cbco_podcast. Or check out our flicks and pics on Instagram on comic_cold ones. We love to hear everything from you. Please rate our podcast on wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wow. I don't know if anyone else had the same experience as me, but I couldn't understand a word you said. I'm just joking. You did great. You did great. All those words came out of your mouth.
I can hit the post, as they say in the radio business.
Heck yeah. If any radio stations are out there.
Signing out. Boogity Books and Beer-Tobers, #1 done for 2021. Bye, bitches.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.